In this video, I'm going to share with you the narcissist's 8 favorite catchphrases so you can see them coming and take care of yourself accordingly. Let's dive in. Hey friends, Tamie, I'm Joyce here, Empowerment Life Coach, creator of the Freedom Class and the Ascension Class. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself in the comment section below. And if you're back, welcome back. Thanks for showing up and for tuning in. Either way, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos throughout the week. So let's talk about the narcissist's 8 favorite catchphrases. Number 1, you're overreacting. Other variations of this are, you're so sensitive, or it was just a joke. Meaning, you're having a perfectly rational and legitimate emotional response to what is often very harmful, very toxic, and sometimes even insane attitudes and behavior. But all the narcissist sees is you're catching on. You're onto them. So let the gaslighting begin, right? Causing you to doubt your reality, second guess yourself, doubt yourself and your perceptions of reality, your memory, what it is that you live, what you just heard or saw 2 minutes ago, 2 days ago, or 2 weeks ago. Whatever it is, causing you to doubt your reality, gaslighting you, is the name of the game here. It's all about emotionally invalidating you. As long as they can emotionally invalidate you, invalidate what it is that you know, you feel, see, hear, experience, etc., as long as they can undermine and invalidate you, that keeps you compliant. As long as you're second guessing yourself, your reality, your thoughts, your feelings, your experience, and the legitimacy of the responses and reactions that you're having, as long as you're second guessing all of that, they're good. You're busy doubting yourself, sinking into confusion. They don't have to suffer any consequences for their behavior if they can keep you in that place. And a narcissist will go out of their way to get you and keep you in that place. Number 2, you're crazy. Narcissists love to poke, provoke, prod, and inspire high voltage, intense emotional reactions out of us. Why? Well, it is one of the key ways that they are fed narcissistic supply. It helps them know that they are alive in a really sick way, for sure, but it boosts their sense of, this full sense of superiority that they have, and causes them to feel like they are oh so important by harming and hurting you. Pretty sick stuff, but this is what they do quite deliberately, right? So they will behave in a way and treat you in a way to inspire a high voltage emotional reaction, poke, 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 until you finally go boom, and then they get to say, oh, look at you, you're the crazy one. You're the one who's emotionally and psychologically unstable. You're the one with the issues. After all, who would actually listen to you and the truth of your experience, what you're living, what you're on the receiving end with this narcissistic individual, when they can prove to everyone just how angry and bitter and emotionally unstable you actually are, right? You lose all credibility. They're sitting back, calm, cool, collected, all is well. It's a really sick game, but one that they play quite predictably, quite regularly, in particular if you are their prime chosen target. Now, let's forget about the fact that the narcissist is actually the one. This whole game is designed to get everyone to forget about the fact that the narcissist is actually the one who is rageful, angry, pathologically envious, deeply insecure, in spite of all, performances and the false, phony perception that they create to quite the contrary, right? They can go through life appearing to be ever so confident when in reality, if you really have a look at what's going on with them, even the highly grandiose one who is super cocky, deep down, it's just a function of overcompensating for deep-seated fear and insecurity. People who have healthy self-esteem, a healthy sense of self and self-love, actual, genuine, real self-love, people who carry that are generally quite humble. They have nothing to prove to anyone. They don't have to go through life with this grandiose look at me mentality or the covert, oh, woe is me, what a victim I am, right? They don't have to play these games. So the narcissist will behave in such a way through very specific and deliberate attitudes and behavior designed to inspire you to an intense emotional reaction, so they get fed narcissistic supply and they get to show everyone you're the crazy one. It's a really sick game that they play, and our job is to opt out. Stop playing. Don't give them the opportunity. Don't feed them the narcissistic supply. Don't take their nonsense personally. Remove ourselves from the environment, the dynamic, one way or another, sooner or later, no matter what it takes. Remove yourself from an unhealthy dynamic where an empathy impaired person lacking in conscience, who is highly manipulative and deceptive, has the ability, has access to you even to be able to play this game with you. Nobody gets to play that game with me in my life today. No way, no way would I allow someone to provoke me in this fashion. Number 3. My ex is crazy, like really crazy, off the charts, crazy. What this means is they drove their ex crazy, off the charts, crazy, through all the crazy making attitudes and behavior. They absolutely drove their ex crazy. They enjoy, as I said, poking, provoking, and prodding to inspire a reaction so they can then turn around and point the finger and the ex is the crazy one. You're the crazy one, right? So when someone is telling you how crazy their ex is, big red flag. Back up, take your time, and be real freaking cautious. That is a huge red flag. Healthy people don't have to diminish their ex. And the truth is, you might come across a healthy person who had an ex who was off the charts crazy. That is quite possible. That's not an impossibility, right? However, a healthy individual probably isn't going to be leading with that. Certainly not in a dating situation or in, a new relationship, right? It would take some time before they would actually begin to disclose those kind of details to you. So if this is the kind of narrative someone you are meeting in any circumstance, but especially romantically, is running with pretty quickly, like right out of the gate, huge red flag. If you're lucky, soon enough, you're next. You're going to be the crazy ex. So keep that in mind. Number 4, he or she is just a friend. Meaning, the narcissist likes having this person or people on the back burner, on the side, at the ready, just in case they ever get bored or need a source of narcissistic supply, run out of a source of narcissistic supply and need someone to hook into at the ready, right? Also, this serves in terms of letting you know just how easily you could be replaced if you were to be stupid enough to step out of line, do something that they disapprove of, disappoint them in any way. You could be replaced like that, and they want you to know it. God forbid you should ever actually decide to take care of yourself and leave. They've got someone else at the ready to replace you. This is standard operating procedure for narcissists. They will do this in family of origin dynamics just as easily as they do in romantic dynamics, just as easily as they do in professional dynamics, right? So in the romantic realm, know that if this is the game that you are on the receiving end of, that they're playing with you, chances are good this person is already a friend with benefits, right? Don't kid yourself. And if you dare complain about the narcissist's inappropriate behavior with this other person, the betrayal, the hurt that this is causing you quite legitimately, the narcissist is simply going to turn this around instantaneously and make sure you and everyone else knows that you are the jealous, fearful, insecure, crazy, and controlling one. Good times. Now, friends, let me know whether or not you've had these experiences to this point. Have you been on the receiving end of any of these catchphrases? And if so, how did you respond? How did it go? And if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. Number 5. You're so insecure and jealous. Now, friends, by now, you've got to know this is pure projection. Narcissists are notoriously pathologically green with envy, even if they're really good at hiding it. The more you get to know them, the more obvious that becomes, right? And I think this is a big part of the reason why they so enjoy inspiring envy and jealousy in others. If they can flirt with someone else in front of you, as an example, or praise someone else in front of you, something a narcissistic parent's really good at doing, praising and applauding the golden child or the golden grandchildren, etc. Meanwhile, the scapegoated child and or grandchild are, down in the gutter, right? Perpetually. It creates these really sick dynamics in families and these love triangles. So narcissists will go out of their way to inspire envy and jealousy in an individual, even individuals who generally that is not their nature, their character, or their makeup, right? But when treated unfairly, when the person who's supposed to be committed to you, who is supposedly in love with you, is, for example, flirting with others in front of you, that's going to be quite hurtful, and that's going to inspire, more often than not, some feelings, right? Some rather legitimate feelings. And the narcissist loves this. They love this. This is a form of narcissistic supply for them. If they can have you off kilter, feeling fearful, insecure, again, the intense emotional reaction that this can inspire, all of it is a source of narcissistic supply for them. It feeds their fragile little ego. It makes them feel powerful, alive, right? So having you compete for their attention is a game that they love to play, and they will play it as long as you participate. You step out and stop participating in this nonsense, the whole dynamic falls apart. In addition, narcissists love to manufacture insecurities in you by pointing out flaws and shortcomings that actually don't exist, right? And really, this is a game of diminishing and demeaning you at whatever cost, like whatever it takes, again, to destabilize you, to keep you off kilter, because as long as you're feeling insecure, you're less likely to muster up the strength and the courage and do what it takes to take care of yourself, to extricate yourself from the situation and the dynamic. So know that they will go out of their way to manufacture these insecurities, these fears in you by diminishing and demeaning you in whatever way they feel that they can get away with. They'll do it behind your back, character assassinations, and they'll do it to your face if they think they can get away with it. It's important to know that all of your hunches and your gut instincts about the narcissist's behavior, inappropriate behavior, affairs, extracurricular activities are probably bang on. are probably 1000% accurate. It's important that someone actually point that out to you, even if it's not what you want to hear. The truth, as they say, will set you free, right? So if you feel it, it's time to start trusting that gut instinct, that knowing inside. You're probably 1000% right. Which leads me to the next catchphrase, number 6, you have trust issues. You know in your bones what an untrustworthy person the narcissist is because they have already repeatedly lied to you and betrayed you. Your gut instinct, like I said, is 1000% right, but they'll never admit it, right? When someone accuses you of having trust issues because you're onto them, the best thing you can do is decide, make the decision to love and trust yourself enough to run in the other direction. Number 7, who would believe you? They've isolated you to the point where you feel that you have no support, and they've probably smeared you to the point where you've actually lost credibility, right? They'll usually do this in advance so people will actually suspect that the lies the narcissist has been telling about you are actually true. So the reality is, the unfortunate reality is, when we've been on the receiving end of narcissistic abuse, there's gonna be some people who are gonna be duped, who are gonna be fooled for any number of reasons, right? Reasons sometimes that just serve their own sick needs, or they just don't know any better. They're going to be duped and fooled into believing that the narcissist is actually a good, kind person. Let's not forget, these are master manipulators. Others don't necessarily see the side of the narcissist that you or I would see, having been on the receiving end of the abusive personality, the toxicity, all of the insanity, right? So yeah, we have to get to a place of surrendering and accepting, as painful as that can be, in particular pre-healing and recovery. I know how painful that can be, but get to a place where it doesn't matter what other people think or believe. We know the truth. The higher power, the God of our understanding, knows the truth, and we're good with that. I know that's easier said than done, like I said, especially pre-healing and recovery, but believe me, it can be done. You can get to a place where it doesn't matter what they say. You know the truth. You know the reality. The truth is, the narcissist wants you feeling isolated, alone. This way, you're far easier to manipulate and control. And if you do muster up enough self-esteem, self-love, courage, and strength to walk away from the dynamic, whatever the dynamic is, family, employment, romantic, friendships, in-laws, whatever it is, when you muster up the self-esteem, self-respect, personal integrity, self-love, to do what you need to do to remove yourself from the dysfunctional, denial-laden dynamic, the narcissist gets to run with whatever twisted, distorted narrative serves their agenda. And our job is to be so focused on loving ourselves, building ourselves up, healing ourselves, doing the work of recovery, creating an amazing life for ourselves, getting to a place of peace and freedom that we're good. It doesn't matter. And I promise you, when you do the right work, you can get there. Number 8, who's gonna want you? Nobody else will put up with you. Other variations of this are, you'll never find someone like me. Who's gonna love, accept, want you the way you are? With kids, whatever it is, right? The story being that this is as good as it gets. Wow. When we think about some of the things that we've been on the receiving end of, and they have the audacity to add to it, This is as good as it's ever going to get for you. Nobody else is ever going to treat you the way I do, love you the way I do, accept you in all of your flaws the way I do. Wow. Here's the thing, friends. If you never, ever in your life meet someone else like the narcissist, if you end up alone in a relationship just with you, you're better off. That's the truth. And there's no reason, if you desire lasting, happy, healthy love, there's no reason that that should end up being the case, right? If that's the desire of your heart, you can create that for yourself by becoming what is a match to that so that you can call it into your reality. But the thing is, if you never meet someone else like the narcissist, I promise you, that'll be a good thing. The narcissist wants you pining after them for the rest of your life. And the emotional and psychological game that they play to have you feeling isolated, alone, insecure, and fearful, it's all lies from the devil. All of it, all of it. If you were actually to step into your power, connect with your true self, your authentic core, do the healing and recovery work to get to the place where you are living empowered, free, healthy, whole, healed, fully owning your value and your worth, you wouldn't give the narcissist the time of day. You wouldn't cross the street for them. And they know that. And they know that. Narcissists don't go after riffraff and just anyone. They go after people who carry a lot of empathy, a lot of light, a lot of good, a lot of love, a lot of truth, a lot of good things, a lot of talent, a lot of worth. You bring good stuff to the table, I promise you. Do not buy into the bullshit lies the narcissist is trying to feed you about who and what you are. We are all perfectly imperfect human beings. If you've got a narcissist targeting you, chances are real good you bring a lot of really good stuff to the table. It's time to own that. My friends, I hope you got some value out of this today. If you liked what you heard, be sure to drop a like and a comment. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was. And once again, if you're new to my channel, a great big huge welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos throughout the week. And once again, if you'd like to learn more about the possibility of working with me in my 8-week transformational coaching program, the Freedom Class, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to see if you qualify for a free one-on-one consultation with either myself or a member of my team. And with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. And as always, I will leave you with this. Know your value. Know your value and unlock your freedom. Mwah. Much love. Bye for now.